Cool guys, so welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be talking about the special look at Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker. So this was footage that was exclusively shown at D23 this last weekend. It has now been released publicly on YouTube to everybody, so it was really cool to see what was shown at D23. Some really crazy stuff went down in this trailer, the special look, whatever you want to call it. There's a lot to talk about. So firstly, I thought it was really clever how they showed off the saga up until this point in scenes from previous movies, and gave a very sort of nostalgic vibe, this nostalgic Star Wars vibe that we've always sort of had watching Star Wars. So I thought that was really clever, because I did think The Last Jedi left a bitter taste in the mouths of many. So by them showing those previous scenes from all the previous Star Wars movies, and I think just having that at the beginning sort of drew fans in again and just reminded them what Star Wars is and what it could be. So I thought that was really clever how they did that. We don't get that much footage of the new movie at the end, but we do get a significant amount that we could talk about now. So you see the original crew again in the trailer. It looks really cool. It looks like we are going to be visiting newer planets in this movie, which is also really exciting. Keen to see more locations in Star Wars. I love seeing new planets and stuff like that. It looks like also Rey could be possibly training on Endor. We see Rey training in a similar way to how Luke was training in episode 4 with Ben Kenobi. So it's cool to see that happening in the movie, because it looks like she is actually getting proper Jedi training now. I would not be surprised if Luke was there as a Force ghost, training her and mentoring her, and it looks like that planet definitely could be Endor. And at the same time, if they do go back to Endor, that also could be the crash site of the Death Star, which we saw in the previous footage, in the previous trailer. I know some people were saying that that could have possibly been a different planet, and because the Death Star sort of exploded, some of the debris from the Death Star could have gone to different surrounding planets. But it also is there's a big chance that it could still be Endor, and Rey could be training here on Endor. It is interesting that she's got a red sort of strap on her hand, especially because of the footage we see at the end of the trailer. So I'm not sure what is quite going on there. I don't know, but that was really cool to see her just training and just chopping all those trees down with her lightsaber. That was amazing. It also looks like the Resistance has taken a bit more shape now. It looks like they've got a bit more fighters with them. We see some of their ships in space, which looks really cool. And then we also see the First Order. It looks like they just got hundreds of Star Destroyers just in space, and it looks insane. So it looks like J.J. Abrams has definitely sort of upped the scale and the magnitude of what this movie is going to be. For The Last Jedi, it did have that scale to a degree, but it also did feel quite sort of grounded. It didn't feel like the First Order was as intimidating, in my opinion, as they were in The Force Awakens. And at the same time as well, it looks like the Resistance in The Last Jedi was also quite a very small group, or a small sector of ships. But now in this movie, it looks like they have got a bit more support with them. So that's going to be really cool to see. And yeah, it looks like J.J. Abrams has just sort of upped the ante a bit in this movie, and it looks like stuff is going to go down. We also see Kylo Ren and Rey sort of dueling in the ocean on this, what I think is remains of the Death Star. They're sort of fighting on remains of the Death Star in the ocean. It looks like they're going to be having an epic duel on that little piece of whatever it is. So I'm really excited to see that as well. It looks really cool. And then arguably the most insane part of this whole thing is right at the end, where Rey is in the shot and she's got this sort of dark brown or black hood on, and then she has this double-sided lightsaber, but it's red. And then the sort of trailer ends, and I'm like, what the heck just happened? Emperor Palpatine is also giving a bit of voiceover. I did battle to hear a little bit what he is saying towards the end of that narration he had in this special look trailer thingy, but he is speaking there. So I thought that was interesting, especially how they showed Rey at the end. I definitely don't think Rey is turning to the dark side in this movie. I don't think she's going to be a bad person. It doesn't make any sense why they would take this character in this direction, especially with all the sort of inner conflict she's been trying to deal with in the previous movies. So I don't think it makes much sense taking her character completely to the dark side. My simple explanation for the scene is it's going to be pretty similar to what happened with Luke on Dagobah with Yoda, and how he saw a sort of evil version of himself which he had to confront to sort of overcome the dark side. So I think it's going to be a similar situation here. I think the marketing team for Star Wars was very clever about putting this shot in the trailer, and I know a lot of people are not going to be that happy about it because they're going to probably say it's spoiling stuff from the movie, but I think it was very clever because it is getting people to talk about Star Wars again. Whether it be positive or negative, people are engaging with Star Wars again, they are talking about it, people are making videos about it like myself, so I think it was a very good move on their part to include this in the trailer. But I don't think it is going to have as much weight as some people think it is going to have. I simply think it's going to be sort of evil projection of Rey that Rey is going to have to confront to sort of overcome the dark side to a degree. Something along those lines. I think that's what's going to go down. There are theories going around that she's going to be a clone. I really hope they do not do that. There's also like talk that Emperor Palpatine could be a clone as well. I also really hope that's not true. I am very curious to see how they handle Emperor Palpatine in this movie as well, because they are definitely stepping on eggshells with that character, because he definitely did die in the Return of the Jedi. So I don't really know what's going down with that. It was really cool seeing the original group of heroes, the new heroes in these new movies together. Hope we see more interactions with them all as a group. We haven't really seen much of that in the previous two movies when they were all together as a group, so really excited about that. We do see Leia again in this trailer. I know it's a sensitive subject because Carrie Fisher sadly passed away, but I really do hope they give her a nice conclusion in this movie, because I do feel like Han Solo's death was kind of average, and then also Luke Skywalker's death was also very average. So I really just do hope that the conclusion of Leia's character in this movie, which I do think they will conclude, I just hope they handle it well, and it's just a really nice send-off of the character. Those are my thoughts. Guys, let me know what your thoughts are on the new Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker special look from D23 in the comments down below. I would love to know your thoughts. I really would. Leave your concerns, leave your excitements. I want to know everything in the comments down below. Remember to like this video, subscribe, and press the bell icon to be notified every single time I post a new video. I'm doing an Apocalypse Now Final Cut review soon, as well as Mindhunter Season 2. So I'm really excited to speak a bit more about those as well. Remember to press the bell icon to be notified when I post those videos, which will be in the next couple of days hopefully. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. I'll see you guys next time. May the force be with you. Bye bye.